Today I want to work on doing some animation. So my animation, I want to have my daffodils here in the foreground change colors. So I selected all of my daffodils. And first I'm going to go ahead and do a quick file, save as. Okay. And I'm going to save this as daffodil yellow. And you want to make sure that you save it in a new folder. Now all I want to do is to add an adjustment layer, and I'm going to do hue and saturation. Okay, and then I want to adjust my picture of my daffodil. I want to adjust the color, and then I can just do a quick file, save as. I can call this daffodil deep red, and click save. As you can tell, I've already done a couple of these. So what's kind of neat is it's the same picture. I'm just adjusting it a little bit more with kind of each set. And over I can do a custom color. I can have like a lot of other options if I want to work with that. And then again, if like this one, file, save as, daffodil neon green. Okay, and we'll just pretend that I spelled that correctly. All right, so now at this point, we want to go ahead and get set up for our animation. So we're going to quickly go to Window, Workspace, and choose Motion. Okay. Now the other key point to this is making sure that you already have your items saved in the same folder. Okay. So I'm going to go to File, Scripts, Load Files into Script. Okay, I'm going to choose a folder. I'm going to do Browse. Okay, so I'm going to use my daffodil folder. Now, even though I don't see any items, that's okay. I know they're there. And I'm going to click OK. Now, if there's one of these that I don't want, I can delete that as well. Okay, and I think I have two yellow ones, so I'll remove one of those and click OK. So it'll take just a minute. And then all of my daffodils are in different colors will appear there on the right. Okay, so make your changes and save your pictures. The next step, remember we went to File, Scripts, and we loaded our stacks. Okay. So now we have all of our pictures. Next step, create frame by frame animation at the bottom. So choose that. Then we want to go ahead and hold down the Shift key and select all of the files that we want to use. Okay, so I selected all of those. I'm going to click here and I'm going to choose Make Frames from Layers. Okay. Now we have our pictures down here. I can click and rearrange these. I may want to go and put those in the order of the color wheel if I wanted to. I'm going to try to drag this down just a bit so you can see the rest of the screen. All right, I can click the play right here. Okay, and that's going really fast. Okay. I can click on the first one, hold the Shift key down so I can select all of them. And I can click down here where it has a 0, and I can change these to 0.1 seconds. You want a lot. Okay, and I can change these to 0.1 and hit play. And then again, if that is still a little bit too fast, okay, and again, I want to make sure I select all of those, holding down the Shift key, and I want to do 0.2. Okay, so I really like that now, so I can pause. I'm going to go ahead and save this again, and I'm going to call this my daffodil. 7 color, done. So that way, if I want to go back and edit anything else with my animated GIF, I can. Okay, so right now it's still a Photoshop document, but it is in the animation mode. Now I want to do File, Export, Save for Web. Okay, right here I'm going to choose GIF. I'm going to do 356 colors. Okay. Over here on the image size, this is a really large file, so I want to bring this down a little bit, maybe 600 by 800, so it won't take forever to load. Okay, I could also over here adjust my my looping options. I can adjust my quality, a couple other options. But I can just click Save here. Okay, so back in my folder, I've got my Photoshop document, Daffodil 7 color done. And look at how much smaller the file size is here. And this is my animated GIF. I can double click it, and there it is. So it's a really pretty simple process to work with making a Photoshop document into an animated GIF. Let me show you how I did something a little bit different. On this example, here's a picture of a swan I did take on a trip to Germany. Okay, and I'm going to go and hold the Alt key down now so I can try to get in between the swan's legs because I don't want to get that part. I really just want the swan and the legs. Okay, and then when I get kind of exactly where I want to go, I can right click, and I did a new layer via copy. So then I've got my swan here. Okay, I'm going to jump forward a little bit. Then I added a little piece of pizza. Okay, and then I had my swan, and then I was able to move my swan to a different piece of pepperoni each time. Then that was a little bit boring. So then what I did, while I was in this mode, I just added some text on each one. This one I added the word eat. This one added the word more. And the final one I did pizza. Now also, if you notice, my swan is a little bit bigger here on this one. And what I did is when I had my image there, I went to my edit, free, edit transform, and I enlarged the animal. So that way it looks a little bit bigger as the swan is actually jumping on the pepperonis, getting a little bit closer to me. Okay, so here's my little swan with some eat more pizza. And if you notice, it is on that last one a little bit longer, and I kind of did that on purpose. So over here, I had these all changing at 1 second. But then on the 5th one, I kind of left it there a little bit longer before it kind of started over. Okay, and again, I did the exact same items. I loaded, I went to File, Scripts, Load Files into Stack. I selected all of them over here after I created my Create Animation. I clicked here, and for this tutorial I did make frames from layers. I arranged them. I used my Shift key to select them, and then I could change the amount of spacing between each of those. Find what I like, save it, and then finally at the end do a File, Export, Save for Web. and then just make sure I have an animated GIF. Don't forget to subscribe to some more of the tutorials from Mrs. Roberts with the Adobe Academy.